So you've got this amazing idea, right? Something that could really make a difference, but you're stuck thinking you need some secret handshake or a buddy on the inside to get it funded. Well, let's talk about that, because we're about to show you how to find the perfect backers for your project. No connections required.
Let me ask you something straight up. Do you really believe that winning a grant comes down to having some special in? Because that's a really common fear, and honestly, it stops a ton of incredible ideas dead in their tracks.
So, let's tackle that fear head on. We're going to debunk the single biggest myth in the grant-seeking world, this whole idea that it's all about who you know. Now, there's a little bit of nuance here, and this is super important. The source material says it perfectly. Yeah, connections can help, but, and this is the big but, they are absolutely not required. That second part, that's the game changer. A personal introduction might get your proposal looked at a day earlier, sure, but it's not what's going to get it funded.
So what's the reality of the situation? Well, it's actually way more of a level playing field than most people think. Private foundations are literally set up to give money away. They're open to applications from anyone. I mean, anyone who fits their mission and just follows their guidelines. The door's already wide open. You just have to walk through it.
Okay, so if it's not about networking and schmoozing, what's the real secret? The pros, the people who do this for a living, they use a totally different strategy. It's not about who you know, it's about what I like to call strategic matchmaking.
See, an experienced fundraiser isn't hunting for friends in high places. They're looking for alignment. They're looking for a match. And they know that a really good prospect, a high-value funder, always has two crucial things going for them. And it all boils down to these two things, capability and inclination. Capability, that's the easy part. Does the funder have the cash? Can they write the check? But that's only half of it. The other, and I'd argue more important half, is inclination. This is all about their willingness to give to a project exactly like yours. Does your big idea actually fit their mission? You need both. A foundation could have billions of dollars, right? Huge capability. But if they only fund cancer research and you run an after-school music program, well, they have zero inclination. The real magic happens right where those two things overlap.
All right, so how in the world do you figure out a funder's capability and their inclination without any insider info? This is where it gets fun. Let me introduce you to your new secret weapon. It's a public document that anyone can get their hands on, the Form 990-PF.
Now, I know it sounds super technical and boring, but trust me, the idea is really simple. Every single private foundation in the country has to file this form with the IRS every year. Just think of it like their personal tax return before the foundation. And the best part, it's a public record.
And because it's a public record, just packed with data, the 990-PF is, and I'm not exaggerating here, an absolutely invaluable research tool. This isn't just some dusty government form, it's basically a treasure map for grant seekers.
So what kind of treasure are we talking about? Well, a 990-PF tells you a foundation's total assets. That's their capability right there in black and white. But even better, it lists every single grant they gave out, who got the money and for how much. This shows you what they actually care about. That's their inclination. It's not what they say on their fancy website, it's where their money really goes. And you can even discover these tiny local foundations that would never show up in a big directory, but might be the absolute perfect partner for you.
Okay, so knowing this tool exists is one thing, but actually using it is what matters. So let's walk through a super simple step-by-step plan to help you find your perfect match. You can do this today. Just 3 steps. First, get on a 990 database. There are amazing free tools online like GuideStar or the Foundation Center that do all the heavy lifting for you. Second, you gotta search strategically. Don't just look up the biggest names you've heard of. No, search for organizations that funded projects in your field, in your city, within the last year. And third, identify your top 3. Based on their actual giving history, create a focused shortlist. This isn't about applying to 100 places. It's about finding the 3 that are a perfect match.
So this idea that you need to be part of some exclusive club to get a grant, it's a total myth. The real work and the real secret to success is just doing the research. It's about finding a true partner whose mission lines up with yours, which kind of leaves us with one final question. Now that you know the secret, who are you going to partner with to bring your vision to life?